is up, everybody, and welcome back to Marvel Mondays with the Nerdy Misfits.
Oh,
I'm
hey.
Connor,
And I'm Matt.
and we're talking about Doctor Strange Day. Just a heads up that there will be spoilers ahead, and we will try our best not to spoil other movies.
Bada bing, bada boom. We got IMDb sitting at a 7.5 out of 10 for this film. Rotten Tomatoes, 89 critic, only one below Captain America Civil War. Check out last week's episode. And 85% for the audience. Budget was, let's just say, $236 million. Box office of $677.8 million.
I mean, considering how high the budget's not the best, but still impressive.
Exactly. Director was Scott Derrickson, and this came out November 4th, 2016. So again, like 9.5 years ago. And not an overly big importance cast. We got obviously Benedict Cumberbatch as Doctor Strange.
How did you feel about him being casted when you first?
I remember being like, why would this Sherlock actor be a superhero?
Like, this is so random.
But man, does he kill it as Doctor Strange.
Not just him, though, but also, like, a round of applause to the makeup and the costume design team. Like, they really did make him Doctor Strange. Like,
definitely.
Like, you like pull up a comic, you're like, holy.
It looks, it's pretty identical.
They did great.
It's very well done. He also voices Dormammu, which is a fun. I'm going to butcher this name and I apologize. Chiwetel Ejiofor, who does Carl Mordor. We got Rachel McAdams as Christine Palmer. Benedict Wong as Wong. Mads Mikkelsen as, I don't know how to pronounce this villain's name. Caecilius, I think, yeah. And then Tilda Swinton as the Ancient One.
The Ancient One. Well, I guess diving right into Doctor Strange. Overall, it's an origin story. Something that Marvel was never going to do again.
After this. This might be the last origin film.
But no, basically, we see Doctor Strange as Doctor Strange.
Dr. Stephen Strange, yep.
And he's a neurosurgeon, I think.
I think so.
And we basically see that he's very arrogant, very cocky, ends up getting his hands messed up, doesn't know what to do, uses his mass amount of money to try and fix his hands, cannot fix them, and his last-ditch effort is to see the Ancient One, basically, who he's heard that has fixed
stories of
fixed injuries that are unfixable and whatnot.
Yeah.
And through this, he then learns about the mystic arts and what they are and blah, 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 blah. We learn about there's some traitor and kind of just goes over some of the training and how it's hard and how he has to like almost think differently about the mystic arts compared to how he's thought about
science
stuff in general. And then once he kind of gets over that barrier, he basically becomes like an insane student. Like he's like reading books up the wazoo, he's like a prodigy at it. Like he's like the greatest mystic arts user in a long time. Like that's how good he is. And then he basically has to fight the big bad. Like any other superhero film.
Easy peasy.
The effects are super fun.
So then my first point in like special effects crew was killing it. Very well done.
Like folding buildings and like the mirror dimension overall like looks insane, and we'll see it in the future. And it can be hard on the eyes, but it definitely makes fights look insane. So very cool. A lot of spells were just cool in general.
Yep.
Benedict Cumberbatch, obviously fantastic, did a great job. Like you said, the special effects were very well done. And those what do you got, man?
I mean, special effects were costume and set design did great. I loved like just the different locations that we got to see and like all the like, different weapons and just like the costume designs of like people at the temples and like Doctor Strange, like the cape. Like, was great.
Cape fighting was funny.
Cape fighting was
great. When it first shows up.
Yeah. And I also have the first like 8 minutes or so really sets the tone of the film, like the complexity of magic in this film and Strange being so egotistical.
Yep.
Like it just all encompassing, like within the first 8 minutes, you know what kind of film you're getting into. And I think that like.
So yeah, it's like you follow a guy who's like at the highest of highs of his profession, thinks he's God. Then.
But even before that, we see the Ancient One fight Caecilius. So you see like the mirror dimension a little bit. You already see like
how insane that we're in for something.
Yeah, we're in for a eyeball of a time. And then
dislikes.
Oh, buddy.
Oh, you have a lot?
No, I only have a couple. My biggest one, which is really just a nitpick, is the logic between the astral plane got confusing on how time exactly worked. Because the fight between Strange and the Grunts was like real time.
Yeah.
And then the Ancient One in Strange was like mere seconds when she was near the end. It's just like it's
But
me
I think
kinda,
she was manipulating things. I think was how she even worded it, right? Because she said, "I'm the one stretching this."
yeah, it's weird technicalities.
But yeah, there were a couple of
Um,
things that maybe were
yeah, and
'cause
then
they're just. I think some of the attention to detail with time, and I'll get into one of my dislikes when it comes to attention to detail. We're breaking that disbelief, if you will, in a way. In
that's
some
fair.
ways.
Yeah, I think for me, like the Dark Dimension looks kind of wonky in comparison to the rest of the
It
film.
didn't look right. I think
It
that
didn't-
maybe so much effort went into some other parts
Mhm.
of the CGI. So although so many effects did look good, it wasn't the best looking graphically.
Yeah. And then obviously this is like something we can talk about more, but like the post credit scene just set up nothing.
Okay, yeah.
Like-
I have the start we see they're in the operating room without masks.
Mm.
Just a little nitpick, but like attention to detail, like
Yeah.
sterile field, like where's your mask?
It's
like
fine.
that's like if Grey's Anatomy can do it, you know what I mean?
You can do it too, man.
I said my suspension of disbelief was pushed to the limits, even in a superhero film with the car accident, where you could have had a much more believable car accident happen that he lives and still gets his hands messed up, as opposed to to even live that car accident is crazy.
Yeah.
Like that is a death sentence for pretty much anyone in terms of that car accident, and all he's coming out with is hand injury. That is it's a nitpick, but I also feel like if it was just driving off and then hitting something and then messing up his hands that way, that would have been a lot more.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have thought about it like, oh yeah, like that shouldn't have been driving like that, but like yeah, that
But here
messed
we
you up.
are.
But then like the twist, multiple rolls off a freaking cliff, then rolling and being like you know how many accidents we see with crazy sports cars where people are flattened like that and just instant.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
all it is just the hands. Crazy. Like it almost is too crazy for
Plot
me.
convenience.
Dark Dimension I also have down. Did not look the best as far as visual effects go. And then I both like and dislike this, which is the way the big bad gets beaten with the loop. It's both clever, but also it's insane to think that Dormammu, this ultimate being,
Entity being in
like
another
it's
dimension.
just like
gives
one
up.
doesn't understand the concept of time because time doesn't exist. I still feel like they would still know time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it doesn't exist in their dimension, but there's obviously other dimensions that I feel like he would know of time. And then just he basically gets annoyed to he loses by being annoyed.
Yeah.
It's a little ridiculous. It's fun, I guess, but it's just like,
Yeah.
But also, it's it shows that maybe how clever Doctor Strange is. It just was, especially because of how massive. Like he's like this, almost like a godly being, right? Like,
which is weird because he kind of got like the parallax treatment because in the comics, Dormammu is an actual physical person as well.
he did get he was very not to the same extent.
No, but you know what I mean.
Yeah,
like the cloud, like.
but
What
he
was
was
it?
a
The
cloud with a
Galactus
face
from Rise of Silver Surfer. Galactus was just a cloud, you know.
Favorite moments, I said,
I got two.
Oh yeah.
One of them is Dormammu. I've come to bargain.
Okay.
I just find it funny.
I think my favorite moment then would be maybe like the cape fighting and
Yeah.
defending and doing a lot of the
That's fair.
fighting when obviously Doctor Strange is in no position to fight really
Yeah.
at that point.
And then my other one is just at the end of the final battle of just Wong laughing. At
Yeah,
Doctor
he finally laughs
Strange.
at one of Doctor Strange's jokes.
When he's just like, should have read the warning on the book. And just Wong just dying of laughter in such a serious moment.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Easter eggs. Or no, let's go important to the overall story of MCU. Obviously, first appearance of Doctor Strange. First
Time
appearance
Stone.
of Wong. The Time Stone. The Eye of Agamotto, a.k.a. the Time Stone.
And we
The
also get
Ancient
Mordo.
one.
We also get Mordo, who is technically a big Doctor
Technically a big Doctor Strange villain.
Because if we say it from this point of the
we
story,
think something's coming.
he could be a villain in the future.
And obviously the New York location and Doctor Strange obviously
All of the
become
locations, realistically.
the Sorcerer Supreme
that
is
is true.
important as well. Easter egg wise, obviously Stan Lee's on a bus.
No, it's ironic because he's reading a book, The Perception,
Right.
or the Doors of Perception.
Yes.
And Doctor Strange is fighting in the mirror dimension and hits the bus, and Stanley's laughing while reading the book because it's ironic because he has no
that's what it is.
perception.
Exactly. Casually drop of the Infinity Stones at the end. We have right before the car accident, he gets sent files of an Air Force colonel with a broken spine who was found in a suit of armor, aka connecting to roadies being attacked during Civil War.
Yeah.
And then during the cape scene, when he tries to go grab an axe, the cape says no and like pushes him away. It's a reference to the comics because Doctor Strange commonly uses like a battle axe in a bunch of the runs of comics.
Okay.
So that one's
Very
more of like a
interesting.
really niche reference, but it was just subtle.
Something there for the hardcore fans.
Exactly. And then we got the post-credit scenes. We got two.
We got Doctor Strange and Thor talking, having a drink, having an unlimited beer drink.
Yeah.
And then talking about how Odin is missing.
Yes.
So we'll see what that means.
Which, if you remember from the end of Thor: The Dark World, Loki is currently on Asgard pretending to be Odin.
So we will see when we cover Thor Ragnarok.
Yes.
And the second one is Carl Mordo hunts down a gentleman that got his spine fixed, having learned a little bit of magic.
Yeah,
That's the guy that pretty much leads Doctor Strange to find
the Ancient One.
the Ancient One.
And Carl is really down to just kill anyone who has any magical being.
Basically learning that the Ancient One used the Dark Dimension really messed him up.
Yeah.
He went full villain now.
He really did.
And that's basically it for him.
Exactly.
And that's it for Doctor Strange. Pretty good film. I don't disagree with the ratings. I think it was a very solid film overall. I was not the biggest Doctor Strange fan comic book wise, but I thought this was really well done and I enjoyed it.
Exactly.
And we'll see you guys next week as we cover Matt's favorite film, Guardians of the Galaxy Dos.
Yay.